Hey guys, I'm Sneha and you are watching my channel Book Junction. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some of my stationery favorites, and this has to be one of the most highly requested videos ever. So I'm really excited, and without any further delay, let's start with the list. I have 10 items on my list, and these are all those stationery items that I tend to use on a regular basis. That's why they are my favorites, right? Alright, so let's start with the most basic stationery item. I will talk about my favorite pen. Now, a lot of you guys ask me what are the pens that I use, and in my multiple videos I see a lot of you guys asking me which pen I used. So trust me, 95% of times I use Classmate Octane pens, and I love their black pen. I use the black pen more often than the blue one, although I do have the entire set of colors in the Octane Classmate pens range. So I have all the colors, but usually I use the black one the most in my videos where you see me write notes or anything as such. I have used a lot of gel pens in my life and I've enjoyed writing with a lot of them. I've loved the cello one as well, but the thing is, the way the Classmate Octane pens work, I don't really think any other pen kind of matches with its quality and the price. So I really think this is the best pen out there in my opinion. So let me know in the comment section which is your favorite brand in pens. Okay, so let's move on to the next stationery favorite, which is Camlin brush pens. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. I pronounce so many things wrong that now I feel like I pronounce everything wrong. Let me know in the comment section if you can relate. But let's talk about the Camlin brush pens now. So I have used the Staedtler brush pens as well, and I liked them enough to keep them and I've used them as well. But when I started using the Camlin brush pens, I just absolutely fell in love with this product. I feel like these brush pens are so pigmented and they just flow so effortlessly, like they will just glide on the paper, and I really love using these. I actually use them quite a lot. Almost every time when I sit to journal, I use these brush pens. The most important part about a brush pen is its tip, and I really love its tip. It's so sharp, but it's not hard or it's not rough. It's very smooth. But the thing about this is that if you use it a lot, it will get frayed really easily. But I think it's worth it. I really think it's worth it. And when you just slant it, you like draw it like that, you can draw a really thick line as well, which I do a lot usually when I'm journaling. So overall, I'm really happy with this product. I have used this so much. Alright, so my next stationery favorite has to be something that I'm sure you guys have already seen a lot on my channel, especially if you follow me on Instagram as well, then you would definitely know about this product because I use them so much. So this is the Post-it flags, and I purchased most of the items that I will show you in this video. You can find them on Amazon. I will make sure that I give the links of all the products in the description box. So if you want to buy any of these, you can buy it from the links given in the description box. So now let's talk about these flags and how functional they are. Now, if you are an avid reader and you love to make the most out of a book and you really enjoy making notes and just recording everything and registering everything that you read, then you would definitely relate to me that you want to mark a lot of sentences, highlight things, and just keep a note of all those things that you learned from a book. And I am such a person, and that's why these flags come handy, because I can just stick them to a page and I would know that this page signifies a certain thing. So I color code these flags. The best part about these flags is that these have this transparent strip and you can stick it to the paper and you can still read over it, right? Because it just gets a little translucent. You can still read over it, and you can also write anything with a marker on it. Since it's plastic material, you have to write over it with a marker. So I think it's very handy, it's very functional, and it definitely helps you to read your book or your study notes effectively and efficiently. My next stationery favorite is also on the line of the flags that I just showed you, but these are even better. So these are the color prompts, or you can say paper flags. So those flags were plastic material, but these are paper material, and you can write with a pen on these and stick it to your book or your notes or whatsoever that you are reading. I think it should be surprising for you that I have still not talked about a highlighter yet, because if you guys follow my channel then you would know that I love highlighting while I'm reading. It's something that helps me to read effectively. For the longest, my favorite highlighters were the Corey's highlighters. They are absolutely stunning. I love them. But for a particular video, I purchased a bunch of highlighters and I swatched them, used them, and then reviewed and made a video about it. I will link the video above so you can watch that after this video. So while I was testing these highlighters, I absolutely fell in love with these cello highlighters. They have become my absolute favorite, and whenever I want to highlight something, I always go for these cello highlighters only. Even though I have other highlighters, I just cannot bring myself to switch to any other highlighter, because these cello highlighters are good in every way possible. First of all, the color scheme is absolutely stunning. I love the purple and the peach one. They almost look pastel, and pastel highlighters are so expensive, but for such a wonderful price you get such amazing highlighters, and they are so smooth. They will just glide on your paper, and they mostly do not blot the paper unless the page is like absolutely old and very thin. So yes, these highlighters are definitely my favorite. They are the absolute best, and if I have to recommend you one highlighter, I will ask you to go for cello highlighters. First of all, they are almost inexpensive and they are just so good. My next stationery favorite is a journal. You guys ask me a lot of times which journal I use. So I use the Factor Notes journal. They sent me their journals back in December, and ever since then I've been using their journal and I am in love with these journals. This is in no way sponsored, by the way, but I actually really enjoy their product. I use their planner as well. That's really good, but the journals, they're just so good. The paper quality is stunning. So while journaling on these Factor Notes journals, I have used acrylic colors, watercolors, highlighters, markers, and so many other things, and they have never destroyed the paper. Like, the paper quality is so good that it will endure everything. It will endure every torture possible. Plus these journals are like dotted, so that makes your art journaling so much easier, because if you're coloring, the dots kind of guide you about if everything is aligned or not. So that helps me a lot. The cover is very vibrant and very sturdy. So overall, I really love their journals, and for the price that they come, I think they are definitely worth it. My next stationery favorite is this tiny diary from the brand Yuva. I purchased this from the Navneet publication stall from the Kolkata book fair, and ever since then I've used this to write down different words. So this is my vocabulary book basically. Whenever I'm reading and come across any unique word, I jot the word down in this diary and then I write the meaning, so that I have a collection of those words. I think the major reason why I love this diary is because of the size of it and the way it looks. I think it's pretty vibrant and good, but the size is definitely the reason why I fell in love with it. And I think for a vocabulary book, I wanted something that is compact and tiny, so I can carry it somewhere, although I never carry it anywhere. It was just my whim that I will carry it everywhere with me. I don't, but I think it's pretty good. I use it a lot. My next stationery favorite is this case of sketch pens from Domes. The Domes sketch pens are so good. I have used sketch pens from various different brands, and I won't say that I fell in love with any of them. I always thought that these sketch pens can do better. The brand should make their sketch pens better. Why do we have to use such average quality sketch pens? Until I use the Domes one. The Domes sketch pens are so good. They are, first of all, so pigmented. They are so smooth. They just glide on, and the color is very uniform. That's something that I've always wanted in my sketch pens but never got. So these Dome sketch pens are very good in that way, and the color scheme is also pretty good. I think they can definitely come up with more colors, but the color range is still pretty good. So if you're looking for good sketch pens, you can try the Domes one. These are my favorites, so I really hope that you will like them as well. We have almost reached the bottom of the list, and I want to talk about one of my most favorite stationery items, and that is the Domes watercolor set. It's basically like a palette. First of all, it's so beautiful. The packaging is so beautiful. The case is so beautiful. Everything about this watercolor set is just beautiful. That's the only word that I have. But the quality is also so good. They are so pigmented that, trust me, I just instantly fell in love when I used it for the first time. And they are so smooth. When you are using these, it will just glide on the paper. It's not patchy at all. A lot of watercolors tend to be really patchy, which I absolutely hate, but these colors are so beautiful and they are just so easy to use. They are so bright and the color doesn't fade. So with a lot of watercolors, what happens is that you paint something and after a few days the color kind of fades and it just doesn't look as bright. But these colors will stay to be bright for a really long time, which I admire so much. So overall, I'm totally a fan. I just wish that there were more colors in this palette. Alright, so my last stationery favorite for this video is this Memo Pad case. I have used this so much. I love the colors of the flags that they have provided. There are so many colors. I think with stationery items, it's completely up to you how you use them and make the most out of the product. And I have used them a lot. This is definitely one of my favorites and it just looks so good on my desk as well. So overall, I'm really happy with this product, and if you know how to use a stationery product efficiently, then it will definitely add a lot of value in your life. Alright guys, so that was all for today's video. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video and found it valuable. If you did, then definitely like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon so you're notified with all the further updates, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.